HOSS. Again, hitches on the outside, seams by number 2, wide juke. All right, so now on the inside, you take your number 3 receiver, and so you're watching tape, and you're getting ready to put in your empty routes, and you say, okay, what are our matchups like? Okay, well, they're always going to play an even coverage or a split safety coverage, so we should take our quickest player and put him at number 3. Why? Because he's going to get matched up on this Mike that has no prayer of covering him. Because in a split safety coverage, the Mike's working at number 3, right? It's pretty easy. So what we would do in New England was we would always try to get Welker, Hernandez, whoever our quickest player was, matched up on a Mike that couldn't stay with him. So again, that's, people say pro football's matchup. I mean, all football is matchup, right? You want to get the ball to your best players. Okay, so here's a split safety coverage. Okay, so what Tom's doing here is he's pointing here and he's making a read a call, and he's telling whoever this receiver is here that it takes 1 to be hot here and 2 to be hot over here. Watch, so 1 there, and watch, he points, see, and then he's pointing 2 right here to let these guys know. So there's a lot of communication involved here. All right, so here's HOSS wide juke. So we got hitch, seam, hitch, and then here's the juke route. Now the juke route is a route where he can either sit if he's not matched at 5 yards, right over a ghost tackle, or he can return if he's being walled, heavy inside, he can return out. Or if the guy just plays him head up, he can go up, get up on him, get up on his toes, juke him, and go right by him. He fumbled that, but it was a good route. So this is the juke. See the juke? This is the quick player on a Mike that's going to have trouble covering him. See? And that's what you're looking for. That's a matchup. That's a matchup that we should win every time. Okay? All right? Again, same thing. Now, just one thing I just want to note to you here on this clip. Okay? Because I'm trying to give you a lot of stuff here. Okay? So you're getting a lot of stuff, and you're probably like, God, this guy's giving us a lot of stuff. But that's all right, because that's what clinics are about. All right? One of the things that we started to do in New England 2 years ago, and they've taken it to another level, and we're doing it at Penn State, and it's really a good trend, and it's something that I really have become to believe in, is you have to play the game at a fast tempo. So like right here, we're playing fast. So what we would do is we would just come up with 5 or 6 plays per game plan, maybe 2 runs and 4 passes, and we would just assign those plays one word. You think about it, these kids nowadays, they memorize all these songs, whether it's a country song or a rap song or whatever it is. I mean, they memorize song after song. I mean, these guys, they're in that world, that quick world of Twitter and Facebook and all that, and they're in that world of one word. You know, just one word. They love it. So now it takes a little bit off their plate of what they have to learn. So we would just say, okay, look, we're going to run HOSS wide juke this week, and we're just going to call it juke. Juke, juke, juke. And everybody knew what formation that was, what protection that was, and what the cadence was. And that's what we're doing here against Miami. Now, this was the first time we rolled it out, Monday Night Football. Really good Miami team, good coaching staff, but they couldn't keep up. We had 600 yards of total offense, which in the NFL is unheard of, and I think we had 50 points. And this is what was happening. They were trying to run guys in and out. They were a matchup defense, so they're trying to figure out who to cover. We're going to snap the ball quick, get 12 on the field probably. Sometimes they had 13 on the field, 14 on the field. The coach is pointing out, you got this dude, man. I mean, there's 75,000 people here. You got him. Get the hell over there. What are you doing? You know. But that's what it does. Okay, now, what is happening here on defense? What's happening here? Blitz what? They're confused, I know that, but what are they doing? Blitz zero. Blitz zero. So what tells us that that's happening? There's no safety. The weak safety is over number 3. This is a safety out on a running back. Okay, so I told you if a safety goes out on a running back, probably equals some type of inside pressure. Okay, so now how's Tom going to deal with this? We had a lot of different answers in New England. We got a lot of answers at Penn State. I gave you a couple. Okay, now, all right, what he decided to do here was to gap it. So he's moving Aaron in. He's making a gap left call. He's making a Mike point. We're going to try to pick 6 for 6 here and get the ball out quickly. He's going to signal a different route probably up top. Look, guys, anytime you have that type of press look up top, let's say, where both guys are pressed, I mean, all you got to do is, like, we call it D-slant. Just run a slant and a diagonal. Like football is about communication and common sense. And so these are things that are easy just by seeing and talking football and getting your players to understand. So that's what happens here. This is a big third down, I think, in the game. And so this is a blitz zero adjustment. Everybody see that? Okay, so that's what he's doing there. Okay, so double mug, classic empty deal where what they're going to try to do is draw the center's block, pop a guy out. You know, they're trying to mess with your protection. And the ball's got to come out, but we got this thing pretty well protected. See? Pretty good pocket for blitz zero. Nobody in center field. Ball's coming out. Good accurate throw. Quick throw. Bang. Back foot parallel. All right. Rolling over the front knee. All right. Trying to put it all together for you here on the empty tape. Okay. Against the Jets. We hate the Jets. Some guys in here probably like the Jets. There's always Jet fans in Florida. That's your problem, not mine. All right? So you have to decide, too, like a lot of times, and I know in Florida, I know this is the case because you got great defensive coaches that you're going against, and, you know, they try to mess with you because they know you're having to decide, you know, are you going to treat this like even or are you going to treat this like odd? You know, is that a 4-eye? Is that a 5? You know, how are you treating this? And that, anytime we had a question in empty about how to treat something, you know, whether it was even or odd, meaning, okay, we have a guy on the nose, and then the guards, we have 2 walk-up guys, but they're not putting their hand on the ground. We always favored treating that like odd. That's just like what we did because we felt like we could get a duel on both sides, or we could slide it in either direction, you know, lion to the left, ram to the right, and get the thing picked up. That's just what we did in New England. That's what we do at Penn State. We don't see it as much as we did in the pros. Okay, so right here we go again. Now, you know right now, guys, that if there's a post safety, then you should have 5 for 5. They can't bring more than 5 with a post safety, right? That's just common sense. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 receivers that are detached from the formation, so they have to cover you somehow. So right here, what he's doing is he's making a Rita call. That's the mic. It's Rita. So we're dueled on both sides, and that's how we're picking this up. And now we got HOSS Juke, and they're going to try to cover this dude from 10 yards off. I mean, that's ridiculous. That's why they're the Jets and we're the Patriots. I'm just kidding. All right. Okay, so again, all right, just doing a good job. An instinctive player, just getting open, knowing that there's nobody in there. Okay, so we got that one, and that's good. That's about matchups